Hey, hey, hey.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Running with Scissors. Because every week we do something different when we come on here. I know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We never stick to the script. Not that this is a scripted show, but I'm just saying. If you didn't know, now you know. It is me. I am Michelle with one L.
Over there.
I'm Penny. Right, this way to me. I'm Penny.
And I'm RG. And are we playing a disclaimer?
Yeah.
I think we should always do that because you just
never
know.
So yeah, go ahead.
But we're missing one, Ezel Moon. He's not here today. So shout out to Ezel, and wherever you are, we wish you well. And we will see you when you return.
No doubt. Vacation is good for that brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm jealous, dog. Jokingly jealous now.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Well, today's show, what we're talking about today, so we're going to let the people know what we're talking about, and then we will go into our little banter. What we're talking about today, because as you guys know, this whole month we've been, dedicating these shows to the men and their men. And it's all about the men. So today we're talking about uncovering what is lost in translation, what a man actually means. Does he mean what he say? Does he say what he mean, or does he just be talking?
Or are we looking too much into it and it's really
talking
difficult?
It's gonna be all the above.
Exactly. We're gonna clear it up. We're gonna make it plain. Make it plain.
Right. So, because sometimes there's a lack of understanding on our part at times, and they say things and we translate it to mean something else. So by the time it leaves his mouth and it gets to our brain, it's something else.
Look, the telephone game is real short.
Yeah, it's very short. So it's like
it messed up. So
I heard what he said, but that ain't what he meant. Because sometimes we can twist it to mean what we want it to mean.
Look, you see that? He's like, is that what's happening?
Yes, that's what's happening. I never noticed. Oh no.
That's because I don't know if men do it, but I know with
bending words to fit your
narrative.
We
try to figure it out with our understanding, and it's like that ain't what you say.
My pearls, really? You guys bend things to your narrative? Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, so it's all about y'all. So we want to make sure that we have this level of understanding.
Save some arguments, some breakups,
save some arguments, save some relationships, even.
Or
break them up with the truth. Be a little much at times. We can be with our emotions, A little
bit.
Just a little bit and growing.
Never noticed.
That's funny.
So how was your week thus far? Since I know it's Wednesday, but how's your week going?
Good actually. Busy, super busy. Big shout out to E. Actually, I seen him over the weekend. He was actually here in Detroit, so he's probably still in transit traveling. So yeah.
That's it.
So we got chopping up a bit. He went down to the music festival, and it was a good weekend, man. Just super busy for me. Still. I even talked to somebody on this podcast about a lot of stuff today. I ain't gonna say her name, but talking to her half the day.
I wonder who that is. She had time today, huh?
Had time today. That is indeed what happened. She was like, "Oh, by the way, we gotta talk about this and this and this." I'm like, "You're right," because I don't think about none of that stuff. I'm the worst partner ever in life.
The worst. Shout out to the chat and everybody that's joining us. Hey, my sisters. Hey, everybody that's joining us now. But guys,
Kim's in the building.
I found out recently, right, that I'm allergic to vibration.
Do we need a disclaimer for this?
You know what? Before we even go further, wait. Everything I'm thinking needs this.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances. Now enjoy the show.
Yeah, talk about your vibration.
Okay, so it's not what probably most people are thinking, nasty people.
What are we thinking?
Nothing about that.
What are we thinking, buddy?
Right. Make it plain.
I'm gonna go. I called my cousin and I said it to her, and her mom immediately went to some gutter thing, and I was like, no. So anyway, I just recently bought a vibration plate. Are you guys familiar with that? It's been all over the internet.
No, see, I know about the singing bowls.
It's a vibration plate. It's like a thing you stand on it and it vibrates. So it's supposed to simulate exercise. Like, yeah. So you could do. So I bought it, right? So I was like, well, let me try it out. So I got on it. The very first day I got on it, I started itching like my legs and my calves, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So then I got off and then I tried it again and it's the same thing. So, Google's my friend. So I said, I Googled vibration plate and itching. Listen. A bunch of information came up.
Hey, yo.
So it technically is an allergic reaction to vibration.
No way.
It releases histamine into your bloodstream, which causes an allergic reaction.
I didn't think you were going to Google
person who has, I'm allergic to everything. Like, I'm allergic to everything. So it made sense to me. So I said, okay, well, let me just test the theory.
So you got to get some Benadryl and then do it?
Right. So I got an antihistamine. I took it. The next day I got on it, no itching.
Wow. Did you get car sickness, like motion sickness?
I don't get motions. I don't. Depends if I'm in the car for a really, really long time. But I noticed that when I'm like, those vibrating chairs that they have in the mall. And
so that's not relaxing for you at all.
It causes me to itch. And I never really thought anything. I just don't sit in them.
So that's interesting. So your body, your immune system thinks you're being attacked. Like
thinks I'm being attacked, right? So it's releasing something into my bloodstream that's making me think that it's an allergic reaction to something. And
your
it's called
body's like earthquake.
It's called vibratory urticaria.
Right.
Or something like that.
I'm just saying, though, you would think that you'd be able to shake it out of yourself. I'm being dead ass serious. I'm right.
But I'm like,
does it stop when you stop, or does the reaction have to continue until it just figures it out?
Well, after I got off it, I was still itching, but it didn't last long. Probably because I wasn't on it for a long time, because it started like right away. Like as soon as my body started shaking, it started.
That is crazy.
And I was like,
it's cool, but it's crazy.
Wow. Right. And I was like, well, I'm gonna use this thing because I paid my money. So we're gonna have to figure this out. It's gonna be between me and you, vibration plate. So yes, and now I'm taking antihistamines before I get on it.
Well, can you be careful? Because all right, one, if it's an allergic reaction, your body thinks it's tripping, you don't want to go into anaphylactic shock because you're trying to exercise.
Well, I'm only on about 15-20 minutes. So
thank God for that.
Yeah, I did a bunch of research on it. So I've been looking at it.
I can't believe it came up.
So I'm assuming I'm not the only one. So when I went and checked like a lot of reviews, I was seeing people were saying that the same thing was happening to them.
I was ready for it to say that it releases a chemical that not the actual vibration itself. Wow.
It says the vibration is it does release. It said it releases.
No, I'm talking about the material
from the vibration. Oh no,
you are releasing the chemical. So that's crazy.
It's the vibration that's doing it. And I said, wow. I would have never known had I not bought this vibration plate.
So you are a walking snow globe. You know how you shaking and all the snow goes around yourself.
You can't.
So I would think.
Area. I don't break out into hives, but it caused whelps on my body. So I guess but I seen the little red marks.
Holy shit!
It was an immediate. That's what I'm saying. That's actually pretty dangerous, though.
It was immediate.
But you usually don't see the red marks until you get to a certain amount of the hormone being released. And that's why I said the anaphylactic shock. Like, please make sure that you do the Benadryl.
But it was just my legs.
That wasn't severe.
It wasn't
that counts as severe.
Just my legs. And I don't know if the whelps came from me scratching or if it came from just the vibration, because I didn't notice it until after I got off, because I was on it. I was scratching.
Look, but the legs got attacked because they're the closest to the source of vibration.
Right.
It kept going up. That's dang.
Wow.
Yes, please be careful. Don't make us have to send you one of those I fall and I can't get up alert buttons because you're over there exercising.
I haven't had a problem. I've only been day 3, so I took the antihistamine, and I've been taking, and I should be taking allergy meds anyway because I'm allergic to everything.
Look at
including
that.
vibration.
Look, she's trying to exercise, and she's gonna put herself to sleep trying not to have a reaction. I'm gonna need you to find another toy.
Pause, by the way,
because it's low impact.
It's only been it's a serious impact though.
Pause, by the way.
It's not causing me any problems though.
Hey, yo, pause, buddy. Jeez, oh Pete.
It's not causing me any problems so far. Other than
You're only itching like crazy.
No more itching though.
But you know what? A lot of allergies though, they develop and get worse through time if you continue to have more. So what's going to happen to you, poor dear, in a week?
She said, "I need it." Kiki said, "Exactly."
See, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. I'm gonna need you to be careful.
Yeah, just be careful, dog.
Because allergies is allergies, man.
I got allergies. I mean, I've been suffering from allergies my entire life, and I just had an allergy test, I think, last year, and that list was so long. I'm allergic to this, everything, everything that's outside in the world. I'm allergic to it. Everything, every freaking thing. This is terrible. Dust. I'm allergic to roaches. Thank God I ain't got none of those in the house. And I was like, how do they find out? What do they test you with?
I don't want to know.
Some of the
I don't think I want to know. That sounds very
disturbing.
disturbing.
From inside their body, okay? Like they actually put some of the fluid from inside of them on you. Every scratch that they do is actual fluid from that product.
From that thing. So I was like, ill. So it was dogs, cats, everything.
That's wild, dude. Straight up.
So I needed to. I don't take them a lot because they make me sleepy.
Just make sure you don't have no stove not on when you exercise since you gotta take Benadryl. That's just too much.
I didn't take no Benadryl. I took the ones that don't make you drowsy. But they gave you a list of the ones that you could take.
All right.
That should have been on crazy things that you've seen from the internet.
Right. But
you know what?
I didn't see it on the internet.
You went on the internet.
I wasn't know it happened to me.
Well, you are now, though, by the way.
Well, yes.
So for next week, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So somebody else be like, I saw this girl on the internet saying that she was allergic to vibration.
Yeah, you're a whole meme now.
Right. Right.
And she's shaking with anticipation. I'll sew myself out.
Don't shake me.
Don't shake me.
Don't shake me. Don't shake me.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
All right. So since we got a hot start to the show, let's talk about some crap we've seen on the internet, shall we?
What did we see?
We're gonna find out.
Well, let's find out.
As soon as I click the button, the mouse is down. All right, try it again.
Crap I seen on the internet.
So, our brother in Christ, Tyrese, was on the breakfast show a couple of days ago.
You say our brother in Christ?
Yes, our brother in Christ, because we got to lift that brother up in prayer every chance we get. And he was just mentioning how all his jewelry was fake. And it's Tyrese, for once, so take it with a grain of salt. But however, he does make a good point. If you're traveling, you're always losing thousands of dollars in jewelry. Yeah, probably be starting to rock it fake. So I actually salute him for that because that's probably one of the most normal things he said in the last calendar year. So
somebody asked, so what happens when I sneeze a lot? That doesn't cause the vibration.
You know what?
So you're just being shooken up, huh?
Like something that's shaking my entire body. So if an earthquake was to happen, I'm screwed.
You better keep an EpiPen.
Hopefully, it won't be strong. I mean, if it's strong enough to get that same type of stimulation, we're all in trouble.
Like that.
We're all in trouble.
You know what? You're right.
You in Jersey, so yeah, we all in trouble.
I ain't worried about that. We didn't have an earthquake here though, and I thought I was tripping.
Oh, that one. I forgot what year that was. That was up and down 95. Like
this year.
Like
it was this year. I was sitting right here, and I felt something shaking. I was like, I thought it was a truck. A big truck, because sometimes a big truck goes by, I'll feel it. So I'm looking at my son came out, he was like, Mom, did you feel that? That everybody's talking about, I think it was an earthquake, it was an earthquake.
Yeah, because I've experienced that before. You don't even think about it. You just say everything's shaking. And then you read like, oh, it was an earthquake, like damn.
Right. And it was
I would have been done so. Yeah.
It was a few months ago that happened.
See, they popping up in different places now, whether it's a plate or not. It's different.
It don't even matter. It's like they used to be just in California, so we thought. Well, until they happen in other parts of the country. So back to good old Tyrese. So you can get an action if you go outside on a foot. You know what, Kiki?
He's shivering.
But being cold.
Our family are not nice people some days.
Oh, I don't know what else is going to trigger it, y'all, because I didn't know I had this thing. But I did notice that if I got on a vibrating chair, it caused me to itch.
Oh, no.
Shake. Oh, everybody got jokes. Everybody got jokes.
That's funny.
Thank you guys, because now I don't have to be the villain for saying all the jokes. Thank you guys.
Just call me shaky.
See, now every time you scratch, you're gonna have to start thinking about what is happening.
Every time I itch, well, usually I know what it's from because I'm not a.
You scratch it right now. Stop.
Scratch it out. I didn't want to say nothing.
Only because y'all are talking about it.
I was like, you scratching.
I know. Look, she wasn't even thinking about it. She wasn't like, you scratching right now.
Allergic scratch, allergic itch, or just something touched my skin and I need to itch. Like,
that is too funny.
Detergent will make me itch because I might have allergic reaction. Listen, I told y'all I'm messed up when it comes to allergies.
Now, see, all right, now finish about Ty.
Oh, Tyrese. So Tyrese was on the Breakfast Club and he was sharing, his because he got a movie coming out and he knows he gets dragged on the internet all the time. So Kiki said, we talk about shivering and I'm starting to break out. You see, you're doing this to me. It's your fault, Kiki. So he was saying some real stuff, but he is very, very emotional. Very emotional to the point where it's like, bro, you really need to get some help.
Right, so you're telling me he's super emotional, or you think there's a problem? Because being emotional is just emotional. That's not check.
No. Emotional.
And did you say that it's okay for black men to be emotional? Did we not have this last week?
We talked about that, yes.
I'm just emotional, but
and you think something's wrong with him?
I think something's wrong with him, not because he's emotional.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified.
He's triggered a lot by things, and
so
the way that he expresses himself when it happens, it's like some instability there. Like it's something that's not stable. So it's like, he gets on the internet. I don't know if it's attention seeking, but there's something going on because he will cry and he get on here and make videos and be crying. But he was making some valid points about some of the things that he was saying because he went and he started taking off his jewelry. He's like, this watch right here is fake. This chain is fake. My earrings is fake. And he don't wear all of that stuff because he's gotten robbed. And he's like, I stopped doing that.
Yeah, which is smart because that's usually how most people lose their stuff when they get rich. They, with a pistol in their face. So, yeah.
Brandon said, aren't you singing
all the same thing?
All the feels. All the feels. They sure do.
What is the requirement when they get signed on? Must know how to cry.
You got to be
because Boys and Men was in they feeling bad, dude. They just had the worst relationship for like 30 years. It was just like everything was sad. So yeah,
well, they weren't emotional though. They were assholes.
Oh.
So how do you be an asshole and you make bended knee? He's out there begging, dog. What makes him? What makes him
writing them songs?
That's true. They're just singing that.
Sing the stuff they write.
So whoever wrote the songs, you might want to look at them and see how emotional they are. I'm just saying.
You say it's faking.
You're saying it's only performing. There you go, not faking, performing.
I'm saying you got to have some sort of emotion when you're singing these songs. You got to feel all the feels you do.
Gotcha.
But Tyrese is a different level.
See, Brandon
said you can't hit emotional triggers and have nuts. That's funny.
See,
that's funny.
He said it. I didn't. Cause I'm like, dog.
Wow.
You gotta be going through. Think of how pitiful Al Green and Keith Sweat sound. They sound hurt. they sound like somebody hit their toe with a hammer and they still got to sing.
Well, we know what happened to Al.
I know he said he be whining. Good gracious.
We know what happened to Al Green.
See, no.
He was out there playing with the women. That's where he got jacked up.
Yeah, I didn't say they didn't deserve it. I didn't say they didn't earn it, but that's real pain. You don't sing some of these notes and get as low without something happening to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that you got to find.
You gotta have some type of issue. That doesn't mean the industry playing off your pain, and we know that's true.
Well, that happens.
You know that's true.
But they were super young though, so I'm like, how much?
That's still better. The long-term issue, they really make a lot of money off it. That means you're gonna be crying for a long time. Exactly. Trauma equals talent. Exactly. So you check these boxes off. They probably have a whole psychology sheet when you come in there for the record studio, being like, the more issues you get, the more money. That's the more records they can make.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
But it's the truth though. It's interesting. Hey, but I feel kind of bad for Tyrese because I feel like he's gone through a lot and he put himself out there.
Okay, so
what directly was happening? I only caught like a smidgen of a click, and he was just talking about men crying and then looking into the camera, letting them know that they cry. But what happened?
Yeah, that was the part when he started crying because I think Charlamagne asked him a question. I can't remember what the question was though.
Yeah,
and he couldn't. As soon as he asked the question, he started crying. It's okay.
I think he just asked if he was okay, wasn't he? And he was like, no.
Yeah, I think that is it. I think he asked him if he was okay.
Well, you know what it is? When you're already in that mode and you're already in your fields, it don't take much. Like Pastor, what you say to me, dog? You know, it's like it don't take much to go there with him because he's been battered so much mentally and emotionally. It won't take much because of all the stuff some of
been through. And then he talked about all of the loss that he's had. You know, he lost his mom. He lost both of his sisters. I lost a few people like in a short time span. So yes, he asked him about his grief, loss, and divorce. And that triggered all of that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was really curious about that. I think something happened.
So I feel bad for Tyrese, and I feel like he's gone through a lot, and he's not afraid to show it to everybody. He don't care. He's not gonna cry in the closet.
No, he's gonna hop on Instagram
and listen. But you know what? Sometimes you might get a lot of negative feedback, but you also get a lot of positive feedback because people are saying they're praying for him. So there's good energy coming too, so maybe that helps him. Who knows?
Well, I'm just one of those guys where I'm like, okay, you should express yourself and there's nothing wrong with expressing yourself. However, there's got to be a limit to it because it comes off almost showy. You know what I'm saying? In some respects.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Because, yeah, you should be able to express yourself. You should be able to cry publicly. There's nothing wrong with that. But just let me see, dog.
I think it all has to have a limit. Even if you're a woman, too. It's one thing to express that you're upset. And then it's another thing to just full-blown vent and let it all hang out. Because you're just going to get a couple minutes. Now, it's been 20 minutes, dog. You still leaking? Like, that's not going to work.
That goes along with what we were talking about the other week about, men ain't supposed to cry, and he gets here crying, and everybody's like, shut up, because you ain't supposed to be crying.
Hey, guess what? You got somebody at the door. You got somebody at the door.
See, there you go. Now, if they man enough to show it to you, you should feel privileged. Because most are not going to show it. It takes a lot. I mean, it's a difference between a man that's being upset and it's another thing between a man that's over emotional and just can't get it together. There's a difference. A man who never cries and he's crying, you need to be like, what's going on? Something's up.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what's up? Something's up.
There's something going on.
Look, there you go. Can you translate that for us?
Then what we see.
So translate that for us, Mr. Call of Duty player.
We got somebody at the door. We got a guest.
Well, hey,
he was knocking at the door, and y'all wouldn't open the door for him. So I'm like, ooh.
Well, let's let him on in and introduce the guest. Hey, guest.
You're on mute, my boy. You're on mute. There we go.
How's everybody doing today?
Good. Penny, do the honors.
Do the honors.
Right. Hello. This is Gemini Zero. He is an artist and mental health advocate. Right.
I love it. Welcome
to digital art is not just his limit at all. All right.
So we just kind of getting started. So I don't know how much of the conversation you heard, but we were just kind of talking about some of the things we saw on the internet, and Tyrese happened to be one of them. So I don't know if you've been seeing anything about Tyrese, and we were just talking
Not
about
recently.
No,
not recently. No.
Okay, yeah, he was on the Breakfast Club, and he just was super emotional. And as always, look, you shake your head because he's always like that.
You said the Breakfast Club and Tyrese, so it's already like a whole cluster.
A disaster.
Right.
So I was saying that I feel like Tyrese really there's something really, really going on that's deep. It ain't just he gets on this internet and starts crying. Because it's a number of things going on with him. And
I would have to agree with that. Like you said, a man wouldn't just randomly jump on the internet and hope for some sympathy. Not like that.
Not like
so
that.
He's definitely got a lot of things going on. It goes way beyond, I can't see my babies. It goes way beyond.
Right.
I was thinking if he said it. I like this guy already because I was thinking.
Yes.
Because he had slave cry. It was
it's every other day that he's ranting. He's paragraphs and books on his page, and it's just a ball of emotion. So we talked about the other week, in men and emotions, and men grew up or were taught that they shouldn't cry. So this is an unhealthy level of emotion, I would say.
Yikes.
Would y'all agree with me?
Yeah, absolutely. Agree with that.
Mr. Burnett said, "Needy men perform."
Oh well.
Really
healthy level of emotion that a man can exhibit, but this is unhealthy level of emotion that Tyrese seems to take it all the way home.
And this isn't the first time seeing his emotions either. If we think about it, he's like this consistently. So this may be him. This is him because he's always like that.
But he's a loose cannon.
But sometimes he's more emotional than other times. So when it's like, all right, something really happened.
Whatever. Anytime he goes to a breakup, any sort of breakup.
Are you
really see how he played his character?
Say again, sir?
Are you really surprised that he's that emotional?
No, I'm not.
I used to say this all the time with any of my relationships, and they would all agree. Man, men are the most emotional creatures in the world.
Oh, I'm glad you said it.
I mean, we are.
We just can't show it.
A lot of men do.
Right, we can't show it though. I mean, at least we were taught like that. Just to touch on what you guys were speaking on prior, we're taught to not show it, and it does suck. However, that's half the damn time we just bottle it all up, and then it comes out in the most retarded way possible. Sorry, my bad.
But it explodes, and it's like an explosion, and it's like you got to watch out because now you got a Tyrese running around.
Yeah.
No, don't.
We got a Tyrese running around. That phrase alone is hilarious. We have a Tyrese running around. He cares.
Listen.
Like,
men like that can be dangerous. Like seriously, like because they are so emotional that you just never know what they can do.
Right.
Imagine if that woman decides that she wants to wake up today. I'm going to leave him, and you don't know what state of mind he's going to be in.
Yes, we do. He's going to put it on Instagram. We know exactly what the hell he's feeling about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that is true. He will know in 15 minutes. But I mean, her safety could be, he could harm her.
But see, all of that segues into tonight's show. What the?
Why is my face there? I don't understand.
I told you it loves you.
I don't know.
Why is your camera off?
So weird.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can need you to come back.
It did. You turned into a whole woman. It was interesting.
It's Tyrese.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's the perfect segue. Okay, all of that. This is why we're asking the questions so that you can translate what it means, so that people can understand what it is needed and required in that moment. Whether it's leave me alone, I need some space, or I need to sit here and listen, like what's going on. So I'm glad that you're translating that to us. So,
and I think that's a great thing because we need to have this conversation, but we'll continue that after the break.
Yep. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Remember that? Everybody remember that? No?
2 to 2.
That? Oh, yes.
When she did it, I recognized it when she did it, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm about to go Tyrese. Y'all wait till the break.
Oh, y'all done set them off.
Tired of the same old motivational speaker? Well, unlock your full leadership potential with Penny Owens. Through storytelling and real-life obstacles with real-time solutions, you'll heal your inner child, expedite the learning process, highlight your strengths, and soar to the next level. Using my keynotes, Depression Ripple, and Purpose Power Infusion, I tackle the underlying issues that keep you from being where you want to be. Join the many who have changed their lives after hearing me speak. Go to www.pennyowens.com.
Tap into your essence with a Divine Essence candle. Candles that soothe your soul and balance your chakras. Each candle has an affirmation inscribed on each jar to help you stay grounded, create balance and harmony. Use code DE20 for 20% off your first purchase at divineessence.us.
And we're back.
Hey, y'all. And if you are just joining us, welcome. And you probably see a face that's not so familiar. We have a special guest today.
Mr. Gemini, artist, healthcare advocate, mental health advocate, man of the people, greatest human being of all time.
Yeah, we're excited to have him here. So
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me. And you definitely hyped me up there a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, artist.
I am a too big MC without gold chains and a big ass pair of pants. That's what I do.
Wow. Yes. Strong J.
Handling it.
So if you're just joining us, today's topic is uncovering what is lost in translation, what a man actually means. So ladies, if you have a question to ask the men, because because sometimes as I said earlier, a man will say something, and by the time it gets to the brain of a woman, it means something else.
Okay. Well, since you mentioned it, what's a question that you've heard or response you've heard that you would like translation on?
I would say, I'm gonna call you back.
Hey, you know what? That's what that purpose, though.
You taking your number? So when you say I'm gonna call you back, what does that mean?
I'll take that one. That's one that won't get me in too much trouble. It's actually multi-purpose. It can be like, yo, I'm actually busy, I'll call you back. It can be like, yo, I don't want to talk to you no more, or I'm sick of hearing from you, I'll call you back, or yo, I'm trying to play Madden and you're still talking, call me back. That's a multi-purpose word there. And what you're listening for is the sense of urgency and how they explain it to you. If you talk for like 15 minutes, hey, I have to call you back, I got something to do, that means, hey, I'm actually busy. If I'm like, oh, man, first down and 10, I'm about to win the game, I will call you back. If you don't get a word out, I'm playing Xbox. Call me back.
Okay, so I'm going to call you back has multiple meanings.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you're saying this because for us, it really means that we're expecting to hear from you within the same day, maybe in a couple hours from now.
Results vary on the return call. You might have to set your calendar and call that person back.
That's what I'm saying. So this is good because oftentimes there's, the translation is he said he was going to call me back and I didn't hear from him for 3 days.
And that's where I think it gets hairy because I'm on a 10 kill streak and I say, I'll call you back. It never clicked like, oh, I should call you back because I'll probably go back to playing Xbox for another 4.5 hours and you ready to come fight me. Or you think there's a girl over there and I'm just someone here like down, left, right, BA, start. So that's the one thing that guys might have to do is actually call people back.
Okay, what are your thoughts? Let me hear your thoughts on this one.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I do agree. It is the Swiss Army knife of, excuses right there. I mean, I love that. But I also really mean it. Like around the time that I have to say, hey, I'm going to call you back. Majority of the time, I am busy doing something else. It's like, okay, we done talked, we done yammered on for a while. It's about time we get done. Or mostly I have to use that when dead air happens. I know you didn't call me to say nothing. I mean, really, you're just gonna sit here and mouth breathe, and I got other things to do, so I'll call you back. Now,
you know what? Dead air will get a call back. I'll call you later.
Most definitely.
Back, sir.
Most definitely. After we get done, talking about it, and we both get silent, it's time to hang up.
So that's the thing. Some women hold you to that. He said he was going to call me back, and he did not.
And that's completely fair. I would say, well, at least I can't speak for everybody else. We're all different. But in my case, a lot of the time it will come down to, okay, when do I remember? Or am I done doing what I said I was going to do? So when I finish and then, it pops into my head just like, oh, yeah, we were having a whole conversation. Let me call him back. I'm not going to call him back at 3:00 in the morning.
Right,
so that's going to, that's going to prolong the time. But now on the opposite side, there's the malicious take on it, where it's just like, I don't want to talk to you. Stop it.
Ever again.
Not even just ever again. Some people, including I've done this before, sometimes I just mean, yo, not right now, because you have nothing to say. It's nothing personal. It's absolutely nothing personal. And it's not even to just women. It's to anybody. It's actually a universal thing. There's no sex tied to it. It's just, like I said, the Swiss Army knife of not right now.
Yeah, you got to understand, many women are ready to tell you everything right there and there, and your mind might not be able to grasp what they're saying. It might be an overload. So you didn't tell me about your last 48 hours in 5 minutes. I only caught about a half of that day.
Well,
it's overload. So
we gotta say, yeah, we do that.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and piggyback on that. Yes. So it's just, all right, it's not even just the fact that you sat there, 5 minutes of overloading me. Personally, I can keep up. That's cool. I can hear you. What I can't stand now, this is a big part for me, is when you
ISO. Wait a minute, let's get this man an ISO.
ISO. When you say something to a point that you expect me to know everything you're talking about, it is absolutely crazy. You can't start talking to me about Sheila, and you never mentioned Sheila before, and then you want me to. I just can't. I can't rock with that, because after a while, I have to stop you, and I've done this. It's like, hold on. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know. Who is Sheila? It's not just overload. It's more like, yo, I wasn't there for that, and you're not giving me the information to make me present. Makes
sense. We do that. We do.
Yeah.
I'm sure it comes from excitement,
We do that.
You want.
All right, so y'all hearing this, ladies? They're giving us examples of what "I'm gonna call you back" means.
We doing too much. We doing too much. That's daddy.
Though, like, sometimes you got to read the room. To be honest, like, you got to know if the man is engaging, if he's interested, if something got to be there. So if you guys are on the phone and it's silence, all of a sudden he's like, "I'm gonna call you back," and you're like, "Okay."
No. See, you said something that women just got to accept. First of all, they are not interested in half of the stuff we talking about. Let's be real. No, that stuff is, they don't care. No one can. Like he said, Sheila. Who's Sheila? He don't care about Sheila. What Sheila got to do with today and what's for dinner? So we should just assume they don't really care about that. So stop trying to make them have answers for stuff that's not relevant.
I will say it's not that we don't care, right? It's not that we don't care, right? So a lot of times, and this happens in relationships, you hate a girl at work, and you tell me about the chick every single day, and she does the same shit to you over and over again. And we're like, why are we having this conversation? She did this to you yesterday. Leave her alone. So I'll call you back because I already know what she did to you, and you didn't punch her in the face. So I'll call you back when you process this and give me the Cliff Notes version, because she's gonna do it just to you tomorrow.
We just need you to talk us off the ledge because we want to punch you in the face and we don't want to lose our job.
But after I hear it 9 times, I want to punch you in the face because I'm tired of hearing about this chick. I'm ready to go choke her. I'm like,
do this every day. Come on.
Remember that triangle choke we talked about on Monday? Triangle choke. We call back from Monday. Triangle choke. Put it right out. I ain't gotta hear no more.
That actually gets to you as well. It's like a wearing down function. It's just like, okay, Sheila said such and such. All right, cool. I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry that happened to you. Just don't let it get to you. All right, you'll be best friend all day. You'll be best friend tomorrow. Then the next day, you're like, and you let you be busy. Man, Sheila is doing such. So she was talking behind your back, and then she went to the boss, and so now you can second guess the entire story because you heard it before. It's
right.
It's straight up rude to be like, "Yo, stop talking. You told me the same shit. Say something different." You can't say that.
Hun, you want me to go fight Sheila? I'm tired of hearing about
it. You want me to go fight Sheila?
You want to go fight her? Because I can't fix this on the phone. I can't.
Or is she doing the same thing every day? Because at some point, you got to get away from Sheila.
You just said something that I learned through time, and I learned just kind of just paying attention to my husband. You said, do you want me to go fight Sheila?
Yeah, because I think I heard about it.
Because it's like she making my woman mad. I'm ready to fix this, but you also said I can't fix this. Now, I had read that a long time ago that men look at what we say and complain about differently, and especially if they care about you, they want to resolve your issue. So when you present just random stuff that really can't be solved, it's just a complaint and rant. Is like, what am I supposed to do with this information? And you just said that just now, like, I can't fix this. So is that true?
Yeah.
So we should be careful about what we're venting to you because you're just trying to fix it.
Well,
no. That doesn't mean be
not
careful.
Just that. Yeah. Go ahead,
it means like, okay, after, like I said, it also comes back to repetition. After a while, I can't speak for everybody else, but I want to say a lot of the times it's a sense of hopelessness because now I can't protect you. I've already tried to do the one thing that is available to me, which was to help you out, to talk to you, to let you vent, be that shoulder, and it didn't work. So now you came back, and I gotta be creative, and I have to try to find another way to soothe you, and that can take a toll. Because after a while, now it's just like, all right, great. Now you got to throw up your hands because you just don't know, and it's just like, okay, so when will this get fixed? Because I tried, and if I do anything else, it might be illegal.
I'm a call you back.
Hold me back, please. Hold me back, dog.
Yeah, right. So we often want our husband. So when we as women are coming to our men or our husbands asking for, we're venting. Are we looking for solutions? Or are we just?
I don't know what y'all looking for.
Fucking half the time, you just talking. We just be venting, trying to include you in the day, and it's like, it don't be that serious for real. Some women take it more serious than others, but it's like, for real, you don't even want nothing.
I just need you to listen.
You just want a moment. You want to just.
But sometimes we're not even thinking like that when we come home and we hot and we just got to get it off. We're not saying, babe, I need you to listen. We just start.
And you know what? Yes. Though? That's what I've learned. I've learned just to shut the hell up and I let the person talk. I let them talk because I don't want to fix anything because I don't know how to yet. So I just let them talk. And then after I think that, everything is cooled down. Hey, you hungry? All right, bet.
That's it.
Hey, look, that fixes everything. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yeah, I can eat. Ain't nobody mad no more. That'll work.
And you gotta understand, you guys are emotional. We're a little bit more analytical. We can't show our emotions like you guys told us to because Tyrese get made fun of. So we think like, why would you keep doing the same thing that brings you pain over and over again? Because most men will be like, I'll just leave that person alone, or we'll handle it another way. But we're not going to keep doing the same thing that gives us pain over and over and over again. So we can't understand why you keep fooling with the girl that keep lying on you at your job, keep eating your lunch and all that stuff. Like, you ain't slapped her or call HR or something. You just gonna keep letting her do it 40 hours a week.
Let her do it, right?
See, at least he said call HR. That's called balance, because some folks just be like, just slap her.
I was about to go ahead and point that out because you know what? That's how we think. We're not always jumping to. I mean, maybe the first thing we say is, "Yeah, we're gonna slap the hell out of them." That might be the first thing, but in reality, we know that we can't do that. So
we're just figuring out why you haven't taken all your steps to separate that person from yourself, so you can have some peace.
There are other ways.
Okay, so we're not receptive.
A question. It's not really asking you what you mean when you say certain things, but when you say certain things, do you actually mean what you're saying when you're saying it, or are you sometimes just saying it because that's what needs to be said in the moment?
Okay, so it's twofold. we'll tell you exactly what we think you should do. We will give you that. But when you're not listening, we just start. All right, well, what do you want to do about it? Because I already told you what to do. And we done had this conversation for the 9th time. So apparently, what I'm telling you does not work. So you tell me at this point, because Sheila did flatten your tires twice this week.
All right, so we push you into that falseness because we're not listening to what you're saying at first.
We're not listening.
Exactly.
See, all right. That's I've heard that one where it's like, okay, you are trying to get me to give you an answer that I don't have to give. Like that's not what I want to say, but you won't accept the answer that I'm giving you. So eventually we wear you down, and then you just say, man, whatever you want, like
just to shut them up.
Okay.
Now, go for it, bro.
That's what it sounds like. I'm just gonna say because she's not gonna stop, so I'm gonna have to just say something to get her to stop.
No, this was not listening. You know, you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped, and I get it.
That's true.
I don't want to keep repeating myself 4 and 5 times either. It's like, you know what? Whatever you want to do. I agree with you. I'm with you because you just be like nothing else. You didn't listen to nothing else. Like I told you, I answered your question with exactly what I meant, and you ain't hear it.
But why can't there just be a level of honesty? Like
because they're honest with us at first. No, but that's what he's saying. They're honest at first. We don't listen
like this, right?
So
we don't accept it.
But what I was saying is that when it gets to that point where it's like she's just not listening to nothing that you're saying, why you can't just be like, you ain't listening. I'm not saying nothing else.
Because you know what type of level of
saying something to a you're not gonna hear that either.
I'm gonna say we don't be listening
because we don't be stubborn.
You be mad. You be like, I'm gonna do whatever. Like the next day, you be like, well, I'm just gonna talk to her and do whatever. And it's just like, well, did you even hear what I asked you to do? Go to HR. Like, but if you don't come back the next day and say, hey, I actually went to HR. I mean, hell, you do that. I'm like, yo, she listened.
She listened.
It's great. And then we can move on with the conversation. The conversation is never a problem. It's always what you do with it and whether or not you're paying attention, because we listen to that.
Right. So think of it like this, right? Everyone's had that little kid who stubbed their toe, right? And that first 5 minutes, you like, oh, you're gonna be all right, my man. Let me put some lotion or whatever the hell, get you all fixed up. 10 minutes later, that ninja is still crying. Hey, dog, nah, you gotta cry somewhere else because I've already given you the.
Maybe it still hurts.
Yes, well, hurt over there because I have heard enough.
That's just me.
Hurt over there because you have been crying for 15 minutes.
That is so mean.
I have seen people break their leg and go back to work. Stop it. It's only so many ways you're going to be able to keep expressing this to me.
That is very insensitive.
No, because we've already given you.
Yeah. It is insensitive, but I believe in that to a point. The only thing is like you can cry because it's going to hurt. I understand how emotions work. That's fine.
Okay.
Just don't bring me down with it. That's all I have.
Okay, I get that.
It is 15 minutes. We didn't put the Band-Aid on, the ointment on. That boy ain't even crying. He just sitting there like, dog, if you don't wipe your face and go sit down somewhere, like that's what it's like. You're like, we're good. I brought you ice cream. Why are we still having this conversation, dog?
That's funny. Now, see, I give them 5 minutes. I'll be like, it works for adults. It works for children.
See,
whatever you got to do.
You are technically doing. I'll call you back. Yep. She doing
it's a 5-minute cap because you can't do that right now.
A whole bunch of over and over again either.
It's not gonna work.
It's like
I got a question for you. So just bear with me if I'm reading if I'm saying it wrong. So if you're walking through house, your work, or whatever, we're in the presence of you and you're quiet. A woman is naturally going to say, "Are you okay?" or "What's wrong?" If your demeanor to us is presenting that something may be going on because you're just extra quiet, and your answer is, "I'm fine," but your demeanor is still, stiff or abnormal. What does that mean, and how are we supposed to receive it? Like, should we just take the answer of "I'm fine" regardless of what you're doing and leave it alone, or do we inquire more? Like, because I know that this is a big thing between men and women, just not being able to read, because we want to help and be all in your business, and it's like that don't be what y'all don't respond like women do, so y'all don't be needing it.
Right. Yeah.
Explain that.
You want to go or you want me to go? It's up to you. No, I want to know if Jim and I want to go or you want me to go.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. it's being a little slow over here. So, but okay. Me personally, I'm a very quiet individual. You know, I don't mind being by myself. I don't mind people, but you know, I just don't always want to talk. When you come home and you do see something is wrong with me, I mean, let's just be real. Females are smart. Majority of them are smart, and you can see that something's not right. Once I tell you that I'm fine, I'm not telling you that everything in the world is great, that my day was good. Yeah, I'm all right, but I just really don't want to expound further than that. There could be a number of reasons why I don't want to explain that much. Now, that doesn't always mean that you're not going to know what's bothering me. I will tell you eventually. It's just at this point, maybe I might need a minute, or maybe I've already dealt with this crap so long during the day. I don't want to revisit it at that moment. I'm trying not to ruminate. No. And sometimes that can come off as very negative, like we don't want to talk to you, or we're not opening up. And it's just like, no, I already dealt with it all day. I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I've gone back with a conversation when I had to be honest.
So somehow
be honest and be like, yo,
what women do is make it about themselves in that moment. Like it's something that you're doing to them. Why won't he talk to me? And it's not about us in that moment.
I wouldn't say every female does that, but there are moments that it happens. There are moments it happens, and sometimes it happens in the worst moment.
Okay.
And you gotta understand.
So we be all sensitive.
Well, we be all sensitive about it.
No,
I see something's wrong with you.
But you gotta understand, you're the safe place, right? So I just had the most horrible day. And you're the safe place. So the first thing I want to see from you is you're the comfort, you're the peace. So I'm just in my moment. I'm finally outside, back inside from this horrible place. And the only thing I want to do is just be in this peaceful place for a moment, because this is the only time I get to take down the walls and the shielding, if you're lucky, and just be cool. And we're not going to tell you every horrible thing that happened to us. We're going to pick and choose, because we know certain things are going to have you like just as nervous as I am. Now I got chaos outside and I got chaos in the house.
Because now
I may not tell you about the guy I fist fought at work, but I may tell you about the supervisor guy on my nerves, because we have to pick and choose what we deliver to you in the moment, because I may not be able to process it or say it in a way where it doesn't scare the shit out of you. So you have to give us a moment to make sure we can keep the peace level at our home in a safe place where we're supposed to be chill.
Right.
Exactly.
That totally makes a lot of sense.
A lot of sense.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. And too bad that E was not on this show for that, because it made me think about, you remember that show that we did when it was like, all right, is it bad if you're not telling your partner every single thing about you? And it's just like, you don't even know everything about yourself. And what you just said right now, where it's like being selective about like trying to figure it out so that you can explain it a certain way so you don't freak everyone out.
Yeah.
That just makes sense. That's called thinking before you speak.
Because you know your audience. You know that you
about protection too.
You said you know your audience. Yeah. Women, we be doing too much.
How was work? I'm fine. Got into a knife fight. The frame plant burnt up, but I'm fine. How was your day?
So it could just be about women having to have a little bit more patience. When you guys are having a bad day, and you see that because you know who your man is or who your partner is, you know when their energy is off. So sometimes you just got to let them live in that moment.
Be patient and read the room. Like you said, if you know that he's having some issues right now, then don't be fussing about the trash or something ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about Sheila right now. We don't care. Because you're really about to get some honest answers if you timing it wrong because you ain't paying attention. That I am not in the mood for this. I might not have told you why I'm not in the mood, but I'm not in the mood for this.
Well,
and
another thing,
we know that. Like especially if you care about your man, then you know when his mood is shifting. So yeah, respect it.
And ladies, unless you are the problem, don't internalize everything how we move, because most of the time we're thinking about something that's not about you. But some of the guilty will internalize, oh man, he probably still mad about that toilet seat. Like, no, most of the time we are in a totally different zone, but all of a sudden you internalize it and make it a thing. And
some of that stuff is true. Yeah. I done met a bunch of women. You are the problem. I'm like, hey, look, we're gonna make it plain. You feel that way because you are the problem. That's
internalize it. Stress that man out.
You stress him out, and now you don't. And look, maybe he don't want to talk to you. Do you listen?
Now you want him to talk to you. Bye. Go sit down.
So you can dunk on his feelings again.
Women that's not loyal, like they don't have that intimacy, because a lot of relationships do not understand the intimacy of a relationship, let alone marriages. Right? You talking to your girlfriends, you talking too much, you done broke the relationship code. He may not want to talk to you, and sometimes you're like, why won't you talk to me? Don't make me tell you the truth. Maybe you need to hear the truth. Hey, look, so men, you don't have to tell us it's fine, especially for some real stuff. Tell the truth.
But it is fine. That's what you don't get. It is fine in that moment because I'm in my safe place. So I'm fine now. Once I close that door, I'm fine.
But what about the relationships that are more toxic and you're not in a safe place? Like this woman definitely nags or does not understand your body language. She don't pay attention to you. She in her head. She really sensitive. She
coming home angry already.
Or you're not coming home. You either coming home mad or you're not coming home. You gotta come home. That's easy. Hey man, I can watch the basketball game till 11. I go to bed at 12. No problem.
Yep.
You'll be asleep by the time I get back.
Not there.
Hey, look, I think you guys just revealed something else too. If your man is not in a hurry to get home to you, maybe you're the problem. Yeah. Hey, that's what I heard. He said not coming home if it's toxic.
Yeah,
my environment is not safe.
And just think, I got a cat right now. That's my dog. You know what he does every single day when he gets home? He sits in his driveway for 4 hours.
I've seen that. I used to have a neighbor that would do that. I swear. He never went in the house. He would sit outside. It wasn't 4 hours, but he would sit out there. Like just for the longest time. And this was before cell phones. Before cell phones, he would sit out front in that car for the longest time before he went in the house. I was like, that's jacked up.
That's so bad. The mailman just hand him the mail. He didn't even go to his mailbox. So he's sitting in the car. He just handed it to him like, here, dog. Because he ain't going to the house.
Did he have like some type of entertainment? Please tell me like this man was doing something.
Most of the time, my homie is usually on his phone or he just sitting there. Sometimes he's just sitting there in silence.
That is sad.
That's not good.
Oh, that's horrible.
The look that they're just giving is probably blank. Like,
yeah.
That ain't right.
Because he's anticipating what's going to happen as soon as he hit the door.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
The whole world, dog. The whole world.
That's crazy.
Now, what do you guys mean with short answers? Because you already know, women can just talk, make up stuff to talk about and just go. If they ask you a question and you either give it a short answer or a short worded text, are you actually listening? Or like, what does it mean? Because I know women, that's another thing they read into where it's like, okay, he's not listening, or he's not interested in what I have to say, but it's like, it's just different. It's different than the way that women can just go on. It's different. What is that?
Most times it's just acknowledgement to show that we actually received a message. We may not have the answer, but we at least want you to let you know that, yo, I heard you. We may not have an answer. We may not have the proper words. We may not even say it right. Maybe you don't want to come home and say, yo, stop crying, go in the room. You're trying to make sure you say the right things to keep it even, Call back.
Cry and go in the room.
Stop trying. Get the hell away from me.
I agree. It's just, I send out one message just to let you know, hey, I'm still here. Mm-hmm. But that does not mean you are done venting. You probably have more words to say. And the only reason why you checked in on me was to make sure I was still listening. This is my callback to you. I'm being part of the conversation, one word and answer, so you can continue. I know you're going to, so it's not being
dang.
Literally just
that's
saying,
messed up. What else you do? Dot. It's like 19 more texts coming after that. I ain't got that much text in my life.
Exactly.
He said, see, that's one thing. Like I said, we don't want you. We as women, and I did learn this, especially through my first marriage, and I definitely made sure I did not make the same mistake in my current one at all. Okay, where we think that we want our partner to be the one that we console in and confine in and makes us feel better. We want to talk to them and just be connected in quality time all the time. But it stirs up a lot of random conversations and dead space that you don't need, and a lot of different assumptions or setups. Like we set our men up to participate in stuff that's really not important at all, but we mad. Now we fuss and we fight and we being petty for all this different stuff. And it's like, no, do that with your girlfriend. Like bring the stuff of substance that you really do want to hear their response on in the relationships. Have those conversations, because I don't think men should be having the random conversations that some of us ladies have, because we can go. We can talk about anything. We probably don't want to actually have our men talking about half of the dumb stuff we're in, because I would look at them kind of strange if they did. It would be fun at first, but then you'll be like, what are you thinking about?
Right,
like,
right.
I see why men look at us like, what are y'all thinking about on a regular basis? Because we women, we jump all over the place.
We all over the place.
All the time. And sometimes, a lot of times, we don't even be expecting for like men to give us a solid answer and we're going to hold it to you. We're just asking so that we know a status check. Like, that's it. We want to update.
Men can empty their minds. They can empty their minds. So when you say, what do you think about? Nothing. I'm just sitting here. I'm just being.
And sometimes it just be just that.
Just be that. Yeah.
I don't know if we can do that. Michelle, can you do that? Because women's minds are different. Can you do that? Can you sit and actually not think about anything?
No.
I tried yesterday. It didn't work.
It's like, man, you got to return it all to nothingness. Just, this.
I mean,
turn it off.
I do practice meditation. So I have, I'm good at focusing on one thing and shutting everything else off. But it took me a long time to get to that point, because before I used to be all over the place. Like, I couldn't just focus because it's like things just pop in my brain.
Squirrel.
Yeah, everything. You like, the birds chirping outside. You're like, oh, I wonder what the bird is doing. Then everything is going on in your brain. But I've been working on really just mentally being able to just focus on, and maybe if it's a sound, so that I can meditate.
So, men, when you say, like, if we ask you what you thinking about, and you actually say nothing, you mean it.
Yeah.
No.
You mean it. That's a superpower.
I don't know why I don't believe that.
See, because you're a woman. That's why. That's the point.
That's why. That's the problem.
Jimmy, last time talk. Say again, bro.
I said when I say it, I mean it in the fact that I'm not thinking of anything of relevance.
That needs to be shared.
That needs to be shared. Because at this point, I mean, you're gonna ask me, hey, you're deep in thought. What are you thinking about? And I might snap back. In reality, what I'm thinking about was a donut because I'm hungry.
What?
But, I mean, I don't need to say
so why not say that?
So
why don't you say why don't you guys say that?
But sometimes I can say that, but I should have the option to not have to.
And when we give you these simple responses, you ain't thinking about that. Yeah, I am.
Right. That's not
Blaze donuts rock, dude. You don't understand.
I'm glad we're talking about this, because oftentimes, like what you guys are saying right now, in my mind, I'm like, you're right.
Yeah. You're getting us confused. We just like, what you mean? Yeah, right. Yeah, yes, right.
I really want a donut.
You can't tell me you sitting over there, all this deep thought, and all you thinking about is a donut.
Hell yeah.
Just picturing the sprinkles on that thing. Yeah.
Krispy Kreme is closed, and I can't wait to go to work tomorrow because I'm gonna stop off at Krispy Kreme, and then I'm gonna put some.
If you ask me a question and you popped me out of that thought, maybe that is also gone as well. So now, nothing is there.
So whatever I was
that's real.
It's gone.
That's true. Okay.
So in other words, basically what we need to do is let y'all have your moment.
Yes, absolutely. Please. Just a moment. That's really all we need.
So just because they're thinking about something doesn't mean that you have to be included in that thought process.
Which is it's in your mind. It's in your mind.
And that's crazy that we feel like we gotta be in your mind with you.
But there's some aspects, right?
You are in our mind. You are definitely in our mind. But if I go to the bathroom, do you really want me to think about you? I have to try. I'm fuming at that moment. So I mean,
that's what magazines are for.
I'm thinking about aiming. Okay, so all right, yes, women, we're doing too much, and we have to. All right, see, it's one thing between the sexes, men and women. We do think differently. Women are past, present, future, ABC all the time. Like we think like octopuses, everything that we touch, we see, we are literally thinking about it, and we just can't. We can switch and rotate through thoughts on a regular basis. But I see that men, and we be jealous, men can actually finish a thought or be more focused and actually have airspace. Like you guys actually know how to do that, and it's different for us. It's like we just filling in the gap. So we're just doing too much. We're doing too much. So this came up during the last show. You guys said two things. You said we had to listen, and Mr. E said, "Shut up, not so nicely."
Yeah, he said.
I think this goes with that too, Michelle.
Well, here's an asterisk, though, right? Because
words.
Here's an asterisk. Now, we just got done arguing, having a disagreement, and you asked me what I'm thinking about. That's the filter kicking in. Because everything I'm thinking about is death. It is like One Punch Man punch through you and go have that donut. So
that serious punch.
Don't ask me that after we have had a disagreement. Let it air. Let it breathe. Then I'll go back to thinking about donuts and Pokemon. But if you ask me in that moment, I'm trying to keep from saying something horrible.
See, and we be mad because you're not having the same thought that we're having. But you don't mind.
So you're lying.
See,
no,
I'm trying not
to.
A lot of arguments actually start from what a man is thinking that we ain't a part of.
No, it starts from the woman being one-sided because he not thinking what she wants him to think.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all can't even agree. Y'all expect us to figure this shit out?
No, we were saying the same thing. We were saying the same thing.
Is it 83%? Did you see that one? It said 83%.
It's really not that. Word answers keep you from the dreaded dialogue.
We do talk too much. Because guess what? Everything, that's what I'm saying. That's how women work. Everything that you say, we're going to ask you. So you think about a donut. What kind of donut? Is it tasty? Do you want to go get that donut?
You want to go get right.
And he's like, that thought was just one thing. It's not that serious.
Donut. That's it. And
right, he's like, I just answered the question. That's
it. They are capable of getting a donut if they wanted one. Right. We don't need to do it for them.
Right, and then we're like, you know what? I want a donut too.
I want a donut too.
No, you might have talked your way out of getting a donut because I could have easily turned around and been like, hey, babe, let's go get some donuts. But now I'm pissed. So now you got to suffer. I'm being petty. I'm going to get me a donut.
The hell with them damn donuts. I'm going to go by myself.
I'm going to get a steak.
And see, look, that's an Ezel moment. Ezel has been brought into the conversation. This man is getting a steak, and then we're gonna be mad talking about. I thought you went for donuts. Not even thinking about it. You can do what you want.
And he come back and he done had 3 donuts and ain't bring you nothing. And then tells you that I wouldn't bought a donut.
Just get on your nerves.
Something else sometimes, and sometimes it could be a thought that they don't want to even talk about because they're thinking about
what's the intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, intrusive.
Yeah, intrusive, or
those are not supposed to be out loud. Yeah,
game plan, whatever. They could just be thinking
that
about.
Moment.
You know what? I like that you said that game plan,
so we can process that.
Yeah.
I mean,
so how come? I think why don't we allow them to have a thought?
Because you guys rule us, and you don't have a problem with it.
I'm sitting here and I'm going.
We're not mates. We're your hired help.
These things. I'm so guilty of doing these things.
I can answer for my perspective, and I have went to AA meetings, and I definitely have worked it out. But beforehand, when this was a problem in my first marriage, like, yes, I'm Penny Owens, and I have an issue. Yes,
hi Penny.
It was because beforehand, I was like, because I was one that never cared about a relationship. I wasn't tripping. If I ended up in one, okay, let's do this. But I thought that when you got in a relationship, that you really genuinely became one in everything you were supposed to share. Your conversation, your fun time, your downtime, you know what I'm saying? Your adventures. And I was
always twins. Y'all gonna merge in the water in a bucket? Like, what
no, but I'm simple. No, but see, but I'm simple, so it's not a whole bunch of stuff I even care about or want. Mm-hmm. So in that relationship, and I was in my 20s, I thought that we were supposed to be doing things together all the time. So I would ask questions and I would get my feelings hurt because the thoughts were on the same page. The dialogue wasn't on the same page. The moments he was having by himself, he wasn't thinking about the stuff that I was thinking about on the same page. And I had to learn the hard way that you are 2 different people on 2 different journeys, blending it together. So I know that a lot of relationships end up that way because we want to be there for you. We want to do everything. We want to make you feel better. We want to be like your best friend. And it just reflects off either what you need or what you know you can bring to the table. Because for me, I was like, I'm not about to let my man have no reason to go anywhere else. Yeah. I will do everything for him. So I presented myself to be everything for him, not even knowing and getting my feelings hurt that he didn't need me to be everything.
And sometimes that can push him out the door because you be doing too damn much.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Right. We don't be thinking it. We be thinking, well, I can do this and I can do that.
It's like, you do for me, I'm here. And it's like, if you don't back up,
The women get their feelings hurt because they're doing too much.
3 feet, no check. Basketball term. Give me space. Y'all make espacio.
Give me space. And I think that sometimes people get that misconstrued in a relationship. They feel like there shouldn't be any space. And it's like, yes, there should be.
There should be.
If you want to get divorced, don't give no space.
Everybody should have their own space.
Everybody should have time apart.
Everybody should. Man, if you got a big enough space, I think every man and woman should have their own room, not bedroom. I think your bedroom should be shared, but everyone should have their own room, like their own room where they have all their hobbies and their free time, their quiet space. Like, you know how everybody should have a
man
space
cave
for you, that everybody should have their own.
Yeah.
Because you'll be a better partner if you can still be you.
I don't want to be, and it used to be a time where I just felt like I just needed to be up under, and I felt like when a man did not want to be up under me, that I was doing something wrong.
Oh, what do you really need me for? See, women, we be complaining. Look at that. We so sensitive. I'm glad y'all fixing this for us.
This conversation is kind of stinging a little bit.
As long as it don't shake you up.
A little bit.
As long as it doesn't shake you up, it's wrong, dude. That's a good call.
Is it hot in here?
I'm single and everything, but I'm taking notes.
That's funny. If we had a chat being like, ladies, is he talking to you?
Is he
all
talking?
right?
Because I don't see the women are quiet in the chat.
I noticed that too.
I'm like,
that's good. That's good. That means that everybody is cooperating because we are supposed to be listening.
And I hope that they are still listening because it's beneficial. Sometimes we need to hear these things.
Indeed.
It ain't always about us and what we need. What about when you got a dump? Is it what? Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Is it one dump?
All right, I have a question before we end the show, and I would love for both of you guys to answer this.
Okay.
Because even with right now, we are asking questions on our thoughts, our experiences, what we've been exposed to. Is there anything that you want to translate for us from your experiences and what you've been through?
Interesting.
Right? Okay, we listen. Hey, look, go ahead and you want to stretch. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That hurt my heart enough. Just go and give it to me soon.
Go ahead.
Go on and give it to me. I can take it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, okay.
He said, okay. He said, hold my beer.
No,
That sounds like hold my beer. He said, okay. I'm just messing with you.
Jump on in. The water's fine.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are things that you guys do or say that women
just read wrong.
Get it all wrong.
We just read it all wrong.
And we want y'all to get it right.
It's not necessarily something that you do that's wrong. It's more like I want if you believe in equal rights, equal opportunity, equal everything, then how about you be equal? So don't get mad at me when you say you need your space. Listen to me when I'm saying something. And then if I'm like, hey, yo, did you hear what I said? You'd be like, oh, no, I wasn't paying attention. Now, if that was me, oh, no, I'm getting it, right? No. How
what
about
do you mean you're not paying attention?
Equal? Stay equal. Just be, please. I mean, and try to take yourself as difficult as it can be with how, terrible situations can happen. It's not always about you. Try to look at yourself outside of the situation. You know what I mean? And then, hell, we don't require much to actually be heard. Once we say what we got to say, that's it. That's done. We want to move on. It's nothing personal. It's just let's move on to the better parts of our life. We don't want to ruminate in the crap. We already thought about it. We already processed it. And hell, we might not even have an idea of what we should do next. We know we have to think of that coming up. But we need that moment to think about it. If we just let our emotions rip and run, then hell, we'd be asking you the questions, wouldn't we? But I mean, everybody is different, and that's perfectly fine. Just treat us like people. That's all I ask. Be reasonable. Understand when things are, when you know you're wrong. man, don't be petty. Swallow your pride and be like, all right, damn. Please. We got to do it all the time.
Yeah.
He said we got to do it all the time. Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
Okay, you can drop the mic. RG.
Yeah.
I would say one thing I will say is our silence is not an indictment of what you're not doing. Do not internalize every single damn thing we do because you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's simple as that.
Yeah. You see how it was done? We were still listening for more. He was done.
Wait for more. Look, I'm attentive. I'm like, okay, more.
No, but see, that's us. We've been looking for more. He was like, no, that's it.
He's frozen, guys.
Okay.
He's frozen. That's why he's not there, because there was more.
Hey, if it wasn't, he still got the point across. That's the great thing.
He got the point across because I was ready for more. And I was like, stop internalizing things. But oftentimes we do that. But this,
he never freezes up. What's the odds of that?
I don't know what's going on.
And he plugged in.
But look at how he's frozen. He looks like he made his point and he dropped the mic.
It was perfect. Oh, that's hilarious. We can't end the show. Look, I was saying we can't end the show until he come back.
When he comes back. But I thought that was a great point because oftentimes we do internalize whenever a man is in his own thoughts or has his own way of thinking. Somehow we make it about ourselves. Not all of us, but
it's really nothing personal. It's really nothing personal.
Stop taking everything personal.
Especially
if you have a man
that's how it works.
Let me just add this. Especially if you have a man that shows up for you in every way.
Okay.
We ain't talking about the ones that's mistreating you. We're talking about the ones that show up the way they're supposed to show up in the relationship and they have a moment to themselves. It ain't about ladies.
Let him have his moment.
Let him have his moment. You know what I mean? Because he shows up for you and he does everything that you need for him to do. Let him get that.
Just mind your business.
Just go on.
Be available, right? It's like leave him alone, but be available. Because that's one thing. If he's ready to talk, you better be quiet, turn off what you're doing, and listen. Because men don't talk the same way we do. Not the same volume, definitely not the same amount. So if he's ready to talk, you better be ready to listen. And not be argumentative trying to interject. Like, no, be willing to listen.
Be willing to listen.
I was about to make a point, but you just said it. You said it.
So he's having some technical difficulties over there. I don't know if he's coming back on, but in the meantime, while we're waiting for him to come back on, if he happens to make it on, we're just gonna if you guys love what you're seeing and you like what you're seeing, continue donating to the show at PayPal at rgainsii. Look, he's the banner guy. Let me try to find the banners, y'all, because I'm trying to find some stuff. I don't find it. Here you go. Like, share, subscribe. You can email us if you have some ideas. If you have some feedback, you can send us an email at weareunited@myyahoo.com. Anything that you donate, all the proceeds go to the operating cost of this network, and this network being the United Front Network. Shout out to the ops. Shout out to One Mike. Shout out to Lady D. And to our missing host. And we want to give a special thanks to Gemini for joining us today.
Thanks for holding down.
Yes, you held it today. And we really appreciate your perspective and your opinion.
Perfect timing.
And he's alive.
And I know I started speaking the truth and my internet died. It was like, nope. It happens.
Well, we got the point, though. We was actually waiting for more.
Yeah, so what do we leave off at? Because I can finish that.
We would. If you got some more to say, we can add.
It was such a perfect ending. We'd accept it. We were good.
We went with it. I just was everybody. I was thanking Gemini for being here.
Cigar drop.
Different things. I don't know if Gemini, you have your information you want to give out, your Instagram, or you want to let the people know anything about you. You can go ahead and do that now.
Okay. Actually, no. The only thing I do have to share is I go by the handle Gemini 0. I am a digital artist. I would say mostly hit me up on Twitter if you want anything to deal with art. Also, again with Twitter, something I suggest you guys should do. Just hear me out here. Hear me out. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Spaces. A lot of my mental health advocate work goes through the Spaces, and there are a lot of people who need to hear positive words. So maybe at some point we should all, if you would indulge me, we can all go to a mental health advocate Twitter space, and we can share ideas and just touch other people out there. It's definitely something that I love doing, and I've met many a person for this, helped many a person as well. It's Twitter is a monster. I mean, X. I'm never calling it that. Twitter is a monster, but it's there are some positive things, and Spaces is the way that I've seen it. So Gemini Zero on Twitter, and hopefully I see you
there. Love it. Thank you for that.
Cool. Listen, I'm Penny, and you want to reach me, you can follow me at Mrs. Penny Owens on Facebook, and all my handles are there. And you can also, if you need a speaker, even though we didn't speak that much this month, you can go to www.pennyowens.com. And RG.
Thank you. Before my internet decides it no longer wants to work, I am RG, proud co-host of this show. First of all, thank you, Gemini, for pulling up. Just so you guys know, Gemini made me this really dope caricature that you will see very soon. That probably will start off our next season. I will keep the big reveal until that point because it's funny stuff. You want to catch up with me? You can catch me at our games. I under Instagram. Dave, I got you on that cup, sir. Not a problem. Other than that, we also host a show on Monday called The Ops. We do 10% sport, 90% life. We do it like if you guys pulled up, we would love to have you. Also, we got a big announcement next week about a few scheduling changes. I think you guys will love it, and we might even have a new show coming down the way. Just got to stay with us and stay tuned.
Absolutely. Awesome. Shout out to my co-host. I love y'all.
Love you, man.
That we have created. I think we're doing big things, and it's gonna go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
We won't do anybody else.
Oh, and they can check out Ezel. Did you already tell Ezel?
And Ezel Moon, who's not here. Y'all can go check him out. What's Ezel's? It's Ezel Moon.
Yeah, underscore Ezel Moon.
Underscore Ezel Moon.
He's philanthropy interviews.
So he'll be back soon with his interviews and things like that. But just stay locked in, and we'll let you know when we got stuff going on. And go follow us on all social media. Well, Instagram, we have the United Front Network, and we are also on YouTube, the United Front Network. So go subscribe, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and check us out.
Pull up.
We appreciate it.
All right.
Other than that, are we out, folks?
I'm
actually going to play the intro that we never used.
Pay for the internet by the minute?
No, just high internet traffic. We got everybody and their grandma at my house is always on the internet, so it quits on us. It does.
We're going to see y'all next week.
See y'all.
Until then, peace and love, y'all.
Bye.